Mostly clear skies overnight, right around 70, and mostly sunny skies in the mid-90s again on Thursday. Looks like a chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday and Friday night. A blend of sun and clouds Friday, the high temperature in the mid-80s, and it'll be around 70 Friday night. A weather front coming in. Jonesboro, that's your KLEK 102.5 FM weather.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Israel's second election in 5 months appears to have produced an inconclusive result. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker says he'll work day in, day out to reach a Brexit deal. The UK's Supreme Court is holding a second day of hearings into whether it was unlawful for Boris Johnson to suspend Parliament. And the Nigerian army started the trial of a major general over an alleged stolen $1.1 million by soldiers under his command.
It's 9:01.
Community Conversations is brought to you by Arkansas Early Learning, offering no-cost childcare in Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas. Applications at arearlylearning.org.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guest today is Miss Shannon, or Miss Shannon Smithee from East Arkansas Area Agency on Aging. All right. Today we're going to be talking all about their program. Many of you may be familiar with this agency, but we want to make sure that you understand all the ins and outs and what services they have to offer for our aging population. And so before we get into that, can you go ahead and give us a brief description of yourself and what role you play with the agency?
Thank you. It's so good to be here. Thanks for having me on. My role is a community support specialist, okay, and I'm involved with like the health, education, promotions, and different kinds of educational programming for the community. All right, then. So, and how long have you been in that position? I started pretty recently in June, so it's just been this summer.
All right. And so do you feel like you've transitioned? Because I know you're from another agency, another company. Do you feel like you've transitioned fairly well?
Yes, I feel like I'm learning a lot. It's been a very busy summer. Okay. Full packed, you know what I mean?
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and dive right into it, because we have several brochures, and of course we're not going to read everything word for word, but we would definitely want to hit the highlights of the services you have to offer. So I'm looking at one brochure, and the Area Agency on Aging has been in service for over 40 plus years. So tell us a little bit more about these services. Let's go ahead and get right into some of these services.
That's right. The Area Agency on Aging has been serving the community for more than 40 years, okay, providing home care. They have aides that actually go into the home, okay, to help people with personal care, house cleaning. They have home delivered meals. Oh. We have the PERS unit, which is a device, like if you've fallen down and you need help, you can push the device and it will alert, someone to come and help you. Okay. We have care coordinators that assist people, and these people are amazing in their role and their job. I'm so glad that I got to, understand their role and how important it is, because when you're working on the paperwork for Medicare and Medicaid, it can be very confusing. Okay. And so their care coordinators are there to assist you in seeing what services you are available to you.
Okay. And what is the age requirement for someone to sign up for your programs?
It kind of varies, okay, depending on, it can kind of be, someone could actually receive our services who's not technically a senior citizen, okay, who maybe still has Medicare or Medicaid, who has social services, like that, right? Okay. So it's usually around 55 to 60s, okay, typically. But some of our classes, we have people in their 50s in there as well. And then we've even had a couple of people younger. One of the things that started when I started this job was that everybody is aging. Yeah. No matter where you are, we're all aging. Yes, and so I have felt like the information I have learned, has been very valuable to me, not necessarily as a senior citizen.
Okay. That's amazing. And so I'm looking at this one brochure, and this is a very updated one since 2019, and it lists things such as home care PACE. Now, is this the PACE program that is through St. Bernard?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. We are affiliated with many of the different wellness centers and senior centers in our community, and that PACE program is affiliated with the East Arkansas Area Agency on Aging.
Okay. Employment, is this a program where you help individuals who are in that senior citizens range to?
Well, it's kind of both. We have a program for aides, so if you want to go through the CNA training, and then there's employment placement for those individuals who want to work in the home and be an aide.
Oh, okay.
And then we also have within our programming, like there are activities and things like that. We have some seniors who volunteer to be leaders in the exercise classes.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And we're actually going to be looking for more of those people. That is actually a call out there that stay tuned for our programming. I'm currently, like you said, I'm new, so I'm kind of trying to develop new programming. I hope to come back on maybe sometime in the future when I've, built up more for you, but we are going to be looking for volunteers.
Okay. And skipping down to see foster grandparents. What does that mean?
That is an amazing program. My colleague, Whitney, she leads that, and it places senior citizens with children in the school program who are maybe, in need, like there's a need there for them, like they're falling back on their reading, or perhaps they need, there's just a need in the home, lower income or something like that. So they work with the school. She actually goes to the different schools. She finds the volunteer foster grandparent, and they actually go to the school and meet with the child and help them read. And no, it's really amazing. I'm hoping to do a spotlight on her as because I run the Facebook page, and I'm hoping to do a little story on her about her program as I kind of get more into my role, because I think it's really amazing, and I think that people probably need to hear some of those stories. And actually also about the foster grandparent, some people will qualify. If you're interested in being a foster grandparent, there's a stipend that will not affect Medicare. So, but of course, with all of that stuff, there's so many kinds of rules and things like that. So
that'd be a great opportunity for someone who has a little extra time on their hand and who maybe not have grandchildren of their own, or all their kids and grandchildren are grown, and so they still want to be around kids and kind of provide that grandparenting care service in essence. And everyone needs someone, and I'm sure just as much as the children get something out of having a grandparent figure, the adults get something out of being able to spend time with a child and building a bond with them. I've seen like on the BBC channel, they've had several videos, and they show how they allow some of the seniors from these centers to go into the schools, and kids have built bonds with them because they don't have their own grandparents around for whatever reason. So that's awesome.
I think so too.
All right. So let's talk about the family caregiver support. So aside from the seniors or the aging individuals, maybe going to a center, they have people that come into their home to assist them with different things. So kind of give us a breakdown on what that entails.
So the role of the caregiver is very important, and that person can become overwhelmed themselves. And sometimes what can happen is that you may not even be taking care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. We provide a lot of education. There's a lot of educational opportunities for someone who is a caregiver who is needing assistance, or maybe they need the respite care, and that means that there would be an aide to come in the home to help them out with their the person that they're caring for, while they're able to sit down and have lunch or watch some TV, or maybe they can go run an errand, something like that. It may not even be that long of a time. It just gives them a break. Okay. It's to give the caregiver a break.
Now, is this where, this is my first time seeing this word, ombudsman?
Ombudsman, you did great. Okay. Yes, this is a very interesting role. I actually got to go with our ombudsman. His name is Elvin Smith. He is very passionate about what he does for the care of people who are in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. He provides kind of like a liaison between, the community and he helps the people in the nursing home.
Okay.
To make sure that they're getting what they need and that they're not being taken advantage of.
Okay.
And then there are volunteer ombudsmen who go and work in the nursing homes and assisted living facilities as well, and they're also there as an advocate for the people in those facilities.
Okay. And I see that you offer support groups and legal assistance as well. It says legal assistance is provided to those who are in need of simple wills, power of attorney, guardianships, and advance directives. We often see and I don't want to say elderly, the aging population, they often get taken advantage of because some individuals who are manipulative feel that they can just say and do and coerce them into signing things and signing away things. And so you all are there to help them understand all the legalese of the documentation.
That's right. You're absolutely right that there are a lot of scams out there that will target seniors. And so it's really important to be aware of them, and we try to kind of provide, information. There's another group, it's the Medicare Fraud Patrol. It's the Arkansas I am not remembering their name correctly. I am so sorry. But there's another group in Arkansas that actually looks out for that, and we get some information from them to pass on to the community as well. I actually attended a wills clinic when I first started my position. I went down to Mariana actually, and they will do these in different locations from time to time to help people with planning their estate, like creating a will, and they'll have an attorney available free of charge to work with you to write up your documentation.
Okay, awesome. So again, some of the other resources that you offer, caregiver resources, access to EAAA with your 40 years plus experience, family mediation, information in a newsletter. So how often does a newsletter come out?
That's a quarterly newsletter.
Oh, that's right.
That's sent to caregivers, and it's focusing on the pharmaceutical breakthroughs and any kind of new information that may happen. We have recipes and just nice little stories that go in there.
So again, if you are interested maybe in employment with East Arkansas Agency, Aygo and Aging, please contact them. We'll make sure to get you some contact information before the show is over. Or if you have an aging individual in your family, or someone that can utilize these services, again, they don't have to be in a nursing home, but if they are, there are some advocates that can help them. If they are in their home, they have caregivers that provide wonderful services. I've said before that oftentimes the aging population gets overlooked. Sometimes we feel that they're at a stage in their life where they've lived life, they've experienced things, they're okay. They don't need a whole lot of extra help. But sometimes being alone for too long of a period of time, they get lonely, they get depressed, and they face other issues that, people in different age brackets face as well. So they need that support and that care, and just maybe someone to go sit with them. 5-10 minutes a day here and there, someone to call and check on them. You never know what they may need. And I also noticed that in one of these you provide, you talked a little bit earlier about the meals. We didn't go too deep into the meals program. Do they have meals delivered to their home?
Yes.
Okay.
That information we can try to get you some more information on that. I know that if you work with the care coordinators, that those individuals help people with getting the meals, because I think that sometimes people, they may qualify for more. They may qualify to have an aide come in the home, but maybe, for other reasons, they just kind of feel like that they're independent and they don't want that help. And sometimes some of the stories that I've heard is that they will just start with getting them a meal or two a couple times a week.
Okay.
Just to help with that burden that they don't have to cook every day, And okay. So sometimes the meals is like one of the only things that people get.
And also, sadly, just looking at people in that age bracket, especially if they're not working, sometimes those meals can be a matter of going hungry or having a meal because they're spending the limited income they get on necessities such as bills, household supplies, medications, depending on what type of insurance they have. So getting those meals, however often they get them, can be a major plus in their life. And then the access to the different senior centers, they still need to socialize and be engaged with people their own age, and not feel so alone.
Yes, I tell you, I was so surprised by the bubbling atmosphere of some of these senior centers. They are active, they're busy, there's lots of games going on, they're quilting, they have art, they have, karaoke and all the different exercise classes, and it's a bubbling place. And I thought it was pretty neat to get to go and meet them and see. They have many types of activities there. I'll tell you real quick about one of the things that I was involved with. We did the Wii bowling tournament. Oh. And so, the Wii bowling. So they love Wii bowling, and they practice and they take it very seriously. Wow. And we had a Wii bowling tournament back in the summer, and it was amazing. They did a great job. I was so excited to be involved, and it was at the mall at Turtle Creek. Oh. And all the senior centers from all the different locations, all of our areas came, all the way down from Helena, and up in Corning, all the way, came down to go Wii bowling.
Did they, dress up and put on, bowling attire?
Well, no, they usually have fun T-shirts. Okay. That's colorful T-shirts are typically the dress code for that kind of an event. And actually, you could, if you went to our East Arkansas Area Agency on Aging Facebook page, you scroll down, we post a lot of information, but you could see pictures of that event.
So please go check out their Facebook page for more information and to see some of the fun activities that the participants get to enjoy. I bet that was just fun, just to watch them have fun. And again, going back to the aging population, they don't need to sit around and be inactive mentally and physically. So I'm sure getting involved in activities like that, it boosts their spirits, and it again keeps them busy, keeps them active physically, increases their health or maintains what level of health they're at. Who knows, all of the psychological aspects that can have on them as well. And getting to meet and hang out with other people that are their age who get it, who understand whatever they may be facing at that stage in their life. And I'm sure they have all kind of stories to share.
Absolutely.
Did you ever see them maybe showing pictures of their grandkids or pictures?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes. All the time. They always want to show me their pictures of their grandkids. It's great. I love it.
Do any of them have pets, or I don't know if that's an option, if they have a caregiver that goes to their home?
Yes, people do. That's a concern for the role of the caregiver and the aide, because sometimes some of the aides are a little nervous about dogs and things like that. That's the other side of it from their story. But, I think that it just kind of comes down to if you're needing assistance, there's always ways to make it possible. Okay. There's sometimes I think people say that they'll put the dog in the other room for the time being, maybe the caregiver isn't there for that long, or, there's ways to work around it. Okay.
All right. So I know we're going to come up on a break soon. I don't want to get too deep into another conversation, but there's more information available. Can you give us the website?
Yes, it's on 4aonline.com.
Okay. E, the number 4. Is it the number 4 or F-O-R?
Yes, number 4.
Okay.
aonline.com.
All right, so go to that website. You can find all the information that we are discussing. And then is there a link to an application if someone wants to apply?
Yes, you would just go to the sidebar. There's has different options, and you can go down towards the bottom. It will say career opportunities.
Okay.
And then there will be a listing of all of the available open positions.
And I do want to say this, there are some jobs that are just a job, but this is not one of those jobs or careers that you get into just to get a paycheck. You have to have genuine concern for the individuals that you're going to be working with, because you don't know what stage in their life you're meeting them. You don't know what their needs are. And the last thing they need is someone to come in who is calloused, dry, uncaring, I'm just here to,
That's right. It takes a very special person. They really, really, truly are special people to have the ability to go into the home like that.
So, all right, we're going to take a break here very shortly. When we come back, we'll talk about, some more of the home care things that, the workers get into. And then we'll talk about, you have a conference, coming up, and then some Alzheimer's information. So you're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
What's holding you back from forgiving your spouse? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Marriage is messy. When two imperfect people come together, there are bound to be mistakes made and feelings hurt. So when your spouse does something wrong and apologizes, how can you move towards accepting their apology and letting it go? Here are 5 steps to forgiveness in marriage. First, understand that forgiveness is a choice, not a feeling. If you wait until you feel ready to forgive your spouse, then you will live in hurt and anger for a long time. Second, share your hurt. It may be uncomfortable, but it's important to honestly communicate with your spouse so you can work through the situation together. Remember, your family first.
For more resources on today's topic, go to markmerrill.com.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a non-profit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
Anointed Prolude, 1216 East Johnson Avenue, serves the Jonesboro community inspired by Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. They offer brake service, oil changes, tire plugs, basic tune-ups, wiper blade changes, bulb changes, and coolant system flushes. Open Monday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 to 5, Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 to 4, and Saturday, 8 to 2. More information, 870-520-5039.
The Mcdaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The Mcdaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The Mcdaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death, as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guest today is Ms. Shannon Smithee from East Arkansas Agency Area on Aging. Okay. Had to think about it for a minute. All right, so we're going to get right back into our conversation. And I was looking through this one brochure. You all have several, and I'm really happy that you have so much information available that meets, well, hopefully answers, people's questions and meets their needs for information. And see this, it says services for veterans, their wives, or widows and disabled adults. So this is very wonderful. It's wonderful that you also serve the veterans, and again, they often get left out. We just assume they're getting all the services and help they need from, whatever their military benefits are, but sometimes there's a gap or a lack in service.
That's right. Sometimes, people may need a little bit more assistance, and the Vet Assist program, tries to fill that gap.
Okay. And then I'm looking at under the home care section. Again, some people think, okay, I'm just going to go and sit with the individuals. There's a lot more detailed. There's a lot more entailed in the care. That's why I said earlier that it takes a special person. This is not just a job you apply for and clock in, clock out. You have to be willing to assist the individuals with different areas of their life where they need help. Personal hygiene. There are people who they can physically get around, but getting in and out of the shower or tub, they may need some assistance. Just putting lotion on, just whatever else their personal hygiene consists of, washing their face. I've seen, various videos where people might be apprehensive of certain temperatures of water, or just the fabric, whatever, the towel, the texture of the towel, so there's a variety of things. So that aid is needed to kind of help calm them and transition them into, getting done what needs to be done. Sorry, getting tongue-tied. There's medication assistance, dressing, feeding, nutrition, meal preparation. There may be some that can't gauge, what the burner is turned up to, or how low or how high to turn up to, or gauge when something's boiling over. Just a variety of things that go along with cooking. So, or they may not know how to safely handle knives or just whatever. Again, we don't know where people are at their different stages of life, and so that aid is very important. Is a very important fixture in our life. Did you want to add to that?
Absolutely, yes. Having someone come into the home can be a great relief for many people, because, there can be, like you're saying, there's so many variable reasons why someone might need help. But this can be sure that they're being taken care of, that they're, being sure that they're eating, and that they're taking care of their personal hygiene, and that they're, their house is being cleaned. Because we all know that, those things can pile up. That things can get behind, and and if they, stuff like that can lead to a fall risk. You have clutter in the floor. You could fall. There's so many variables, and then the thing is that they kind of compile onto each other. One thing can kind of add to another thing, and so we feel like having the home care, having people go in there and help you out is an amazing need for people.
Yes, ma'am. I went back up and looked at this exercise item. Sometimes, again, someone may seem mobile, but we don't know what their joints feel like, what their muscles, how weak or strong they are. And they may need someone to to guide them through simple exercises to keep the blood flowing, keep the muscles functioning.
Absolutely.
But something just as simple as, lift your arm, lift your leg, using the little, what do you call it, stretch, the resistance.
Stretch bands, the resistance bands, yes.
So something as simple as that. So, or just getting them up, say walk to the front door, walk to the couch, back and forth, whatever the case may be, just to get them up and moving and not being sedentary all day long.
Yes, being sedentary will not help a person in their overall health. Just like we were talking about, having social engagements, getting up and around. It's going to benefit your physical health as well as your mental and emotional health.
Yes, ma'am. And then helping with shopping and then health-related tasks. So the caregiver is there to provide a multitude of services. And I'm sure, speaking from outside experience, I'm sure that it makes that person's day, the person receiving the care, it makes their day knowing that, okay, today's Wednesday, someone's coming at whatever time, and so they look forward to having that little company. Sometimes it could just be company for them while the caregiver's doing their tasks.
Sometimes, I got to go to make a couple of visits to different homes whenever I started my position, and it's kind of different. Everyone's an individual. So like the kind of care that you receive is going to be individualized. And I met one lady, she was so sweet, and her aide, they had a routine down. They had a day down that they would do, and part of that was coloring. She wanted to color, and they would color together. And I just thought that was an amazing thing to see, just to realize what her day truly is like, what her role is really like. It's a little bit more complicated than just to, you walk in and make someone some lunch and then leave. There's a lot more to it than that.
And then also during that time that the caregiver spends with the individual, they get to notice patterns in their behavior. Again, they're not eating, okay, this is something I need to alert my supervisor, their doctor, their family. They notice any type of bruising or just anything that's off. They're there to pay attention and make notation of what's happening. They can, again, be that advocate for that person and their doctor, to say, okay, I'm noticing this. They may not know how to tell their doctor what's going on, but their caregiver can be that voice for them.
That's right. They can be an extra, person, extra set of eyes, to help out with that person's well-being.
Now, with the caregivers, just say that there's an area in the home that's a fall risk or a danger to them. What's the next step, or who can they reach out to say, okay, I have a patient or a client, X, they need XYZ services in their home, or they need, different amenities or whatever.
You would contact the care coordinators.
Okay.
Would be the first, location to call. And I do have just the basic phone number or 800 number, but I can give more, info for some of the other programs. So that's 1-800-467-3278.
Okay.
I'll say it again, 800-467-3278. And you can try to ask to contact a care coordinator, and those individuals will help to find out what services are available to you.
Okay. And then kind of going back to, other services where it talked about disabled adults. All disabilities are not visible, and some may be mental, some may be, we don't know what a person's disability is until you actually talk to them. And so the caregiver, are they trained to handle or, I guess, provide the best service for those individuals?
Yes, they go through a training that covers many different types of, conditions that you would see, in that kind of setting.
Okay. All right. And so I want to go kind of transition, and we'll definitely come back to some more of this information. But again, if you would like to apply for a job, go to www.4online.com, and then you can also make a referral. There's an email. Is that an email address? If someone wants to make a referral of, I guess, I don't want to say patient, a client.
Right. That's referral at eaaa.org, and that's REFERRAL at EAAAA. That's 4 A's. I know it's a whole lot. .org.
All right. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Reginald Brassfield from our sister station in Fayetteville, KDIV 98.7. He says, absolutely, everyone does need someone. Send in love for your sister station. So we all need someone. I mean, sometimes, even at my age, I'm not 50, but I'm not 20 either. Sometimes I need someone just to kind of sit and talk to and, I don't know, help out with a few things around the house. So we never know where we may be. So we don't need to look down on anyone else who does need help. And, you know, sometimes people that are CNAs or work in these different fields, they get less respect than they deserve because they provide services that some family members won't even provide. So shout out to everyone who works in this field or who is willing to be a caregiver or aide. What is the proper term?
Well, I guess you could kind of say that an aide is a caregiver. So they're both appropriate, but a lot of times we'll think of the caregiver as a person who maybe is it's more referred to the person who is like a family member. Okay. So like if I was caring for my parent or you know something like that, I would be a caregiver to them. You're a caregiver to your child, you know, that type of ideal. But so an aide is a caregiver as well.
Okay. All right. So I want to kind of transition into the caregiver conference. So aside from the initial training they receive, they have to go through continued education courses or training.
Yes, this is a very exciting event that was hosted by the Area Agency on Aging as well as UMS, the Center on Aging Northeast. We're partnered together. Okay. And this this conference will be on September 27th at the Cooper Alumni Center on campus at ASU. And there are continuing education credits available. There's 2 different tracks. You can there's a different, you know, directions you can go in during the day. Okay. We will have a keynote speaker by Jolene Brackey, and she is the author of Creating Moments of Joy. Okay. And she says that her passion is to change society's attitude towards aging by inspiring minds and rejuvenating spirits and empowering people to make a difference in the way that we care for our elders.
It's very important. I think if we start looking at our elders as a resource and a value to our community, we would take care of them a whole lot more than we do and not just kind of toss them to the side and say, okay, well, you served your purpose, so it's now time for a newer generation. No, they are still viable members of our society, and they have access to a lot of resource, or they can provide informational resource, I guess you can say, for lack of a better word right now. We need to actually sit down and have conversations with our elderly or aging population. They have they're like our living history in a sense. So we can learn quite a few things from them. So we need to definitely give them more respect than we do give them. And I want to highlight, this is a free conference. So
absolutely.
You can't beat free.
You can't beat free. That's absolutely true. It's a free conference and that provides continuing education credits. And if you would like to register, you can call 870-207-7595.
Okay, so again, register now for this conference, which will be September 27th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Cooper Alumni Center. That's a very nice center on campus.
It is. It's a very beautiful location.
And it's very comfortable, so don't worry about the seating and all of that. It's very comfortable. And again, there's, like you said, there's 2 different tracks. And so just, let's go through the first track a little bit. The equine assisted therapy. That's dealing with horses.
That's right.
Okay, so is there a facility here that you partner with? I know we have one facility here, but is there one in particular you all partner with?
I'm not sure where. It's Andrea Brown and Farley Schweigert. I'm not sure where they are from, but I know that the ASU Equine Center, I've known some people who have told me about that they have equine therapy through there, but we're not sure what they're out of.
Okay. And we also here in Jonesboro, we have Jonesboro, Bono, Brooklyn. I don't know. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Michael. He's called Aygo Ranch. It's a nonprofit agency that also offers therapy for individuals of all ages.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. Creating a safe haven. Do you by chance know what maybe that topic entails?
I believe it has to do with making sure you have a safe space for creating safe spaces for your individuals in your life.
Okay. And there's a break. Identity theft and scams. This is something big now. We've heard multiple stories of individuals getting taken advantage of because of someone will call, and this is just recent within the past few months. Someone would get a call and say, well, you owe this amount of money, or we're going to prosecute you. You know, whatever the elaborate story is. And so the aging person not knowing the full details, or maybe not knowing who else to call to get more information, or the person on the phone kind of bullies them in a sense.
Absolutely. They can be very convincing.
Yes. And
I think that, you know, a lot of times in our world, you know, if you're online and you're on social media often, we become pretty familiar with things. You can kind of become savvy to a scam. But I think that if you maybe you're just not familiar with it, I think that they can be very convincing, and I think that they can get people.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
It's very good to know that we're having some information on that.
Yes, ma'am. And then the other one is planning for long-term care. I think sometimes we drop the ball on that and we just leave things up to chance, and that is not the way to go. We need to definitely plan. Even say if you're in your 30s, start planning for either your long-term care or your parents, your other family members' long-term care. You never know what's going to happen day to day, and you need to have something in writing somewhere that can be easily accessible. Right. All right. And so for track 2, there's caregiving information and caregiving panel, and this is going to be, I guess, led by, or the speaker for that will be Gary Williams from AARP. Another break, and then senior medical patrol.
This is actually who I was trying to tell you about earlier. That, I'm so glad to see that Kathleen Purcell, she will be in attendance at this conference. And I saw her speak before, and it's about kind of similar to like what we were talking about in the other track with the identity theft and scams. She talks about similar types of things about looking out for scams. I think one of them was there was a DNA test.
Oh, wow.
Like that was scamming seniors. And I think it really didn't have anything to do with about scamming their DNA. It was more about getting their information.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, just about that information is what's valuable to the scammer.
Wow. So we definitely need to educate our elderly family members and tell them don't answer any strange phone calls and don't give out any information over the phone. Tell them, look, let me get your phone number and I'll call you back. That's one way you can ward off a scammer. If you ask them for their information, they're like, well, never mind, I'll call you back, or never mind, and they hang up.
Or you can say something. Sometimes I get calls and I'm like, and tell me, what is that about again? Or I'll say, and what is this with? You know, who are you with? And they'll usually hang up.
I've gotten some where they say, okay, we're going to prosecute you. You know, you have this bill. And so they give me like a company name. And so I'm like, well, that doesn't sound right. And I asked them to send me some paperwork. Well, we've already sent you something. I'm like, well, I don't get anything. So long story short, I ended up calling the company who I thought, you know, they were like, well, no, your account is clear. You know, so anyway, yes. There's all kinds of ways people try to get over.
That's true.
So we have to be very careful. We definitely need to educate and inform our seniors in our family, especially ones that live alone, and just think, okay, this could be anybody calling me, and so don't give out any information on the phone.
Yeah, I think so. I think that this Life is a Journey Caregiver Conference is going to be really, really beneficial to people. And again, it's September 27th at the Cooper Alumni Center from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. And if you want to register, you can call 870-207-7595.
All right. And another fun, exciting event that's coming up. Join the fight for Alzheimer's First Survivor. Walk to End Alzheimer's in Jonesboro, downtown, October 5th, 2019 at 9 a.m. I know there's quite a few groups here in town that are really advocating for this. And if you ever had a family member, friend, anyone you know, Alzheimer's hits hard and heavy. I've had it, we've had it hit my family, and it's emotionally, how can I say, it weighs heavy on you watching a family member that was once vibrant and full of life slowly degrade. And you know, Alzheimer's can eventually take the person's life because it affects different organs in your body. So please educate yourself on what Alzheimer's is. Support this walk. It's not too late to register. So can you give us some more information about this?
Yes. I'm on the committee, and we've partnered with, there's many different people in the community who have been involved to put this on, and it will be in downtown Jonesboro. We're actually going to be meeting at the free parking lot that's there on Kate and Church.
Okay.
We will have in the morning, we'll start at 9 with the flower ceremony. So we have the Promise Garden, and people who attend the meeting, they carry flowers to represent, if they know someone who has the disease.
We might have to put a pause right there when we come back. We'll pick that back up on the other side of our break. Again, you're tuning in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're speaking with Ms. Shannon Smithee from the East Arkansas Agency Area on Aging. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Should you invest in stocks or bonds? Is a Roth or traditional IRA best for your retirement savings? The first step to building wealth is not finding that can't-miss investment, it's developing a financial plan. And once that plan is created, it needs to be managed and adjusted over time as your circumstances and life goals change. This is why getting financial help from a certified financial planner, even if it's only once a year, can help you create and adjust your plan. The primary job of these professionals is not to sell you investment products, though they may do that as well, but to help you set your goals and work with you to create a roadmap to achieve them. Think of them as financial navigators paid to keep you on course with your finances. Find a financial advisor who's focused on planning, not just selling you stuff. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Starks Auto Plaza at 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard is a proud KLEK supporter, offering luxury pre-owned vehicles sold wholesale to the public. At Starks, we never say no. 870-203-9980. Details at starksautoplaza.com.
House of Details, located at 3915 East Highland in Jonesboro, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle: basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, waxing, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more, with the motto of anything mean we can clean. Details at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and at klekfm.org.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
KLEK 102.5 FM salutes small businesses. Small businesses promote local character and success, keeping money in the local economy, local jobs, entrepreneurship, community well-being, and so much more. Contact us today to learn more on how your small business could be featured on KLEK for as little as $25 per month. Shout out to Always and Forever Pet Grooming, offering baths, nails, and haircuts for dogs and cats. 2929 South Caraway Road, Jonesboro. 870-520-0925.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guest, Ms. Shannon Smithee from the East Arkansas Agency Area on Aging. All right. I almost get tongue-tied. We're going to kind of finish up our conversation on the Alzheimer's, the walk to end Alzheimer's that's going to be happening right here in Jonesboro, October 5th. So you started out, we left off talking about the flowers. And so I see in the picture people with different color flowers. Does that make a difference on the color?
Yes. I'm pretty sure that blue represents that you have the disease. We typically don't get a lot of people who have the blue flower.
Okay.
The yellow, I think, is that you know someone. Orange means that you maybe don't have someone in your family, but you're just there to represent. You're just there to support the cause. And then I believe that a purple flower means that you've known someone who's passed away.
Okay.
And then the idea of the white flower, someday that there would be a white flower to represent the first survivor.
Okay.
So there's not white flowers now.
No, that's what I was like. There's no white ones.
And so people have and then they have the promise garden, and then that's where the flowers will be set up, and then we'll walk with the flowers, and we'll have a little ceremony at the beginning in the morning to kind of, people will speak and kind of talk about, how it's affected them. Okay. It's a pretty emotional moment. I have not attended myself. This is my first year to be involved, but I've been told about it, that it's an emotional moment for people to kind of share their stories.
Wow.
And then we'll get pumped up and we'll walk, and we'll start there on Church Street, and we will walk down Church Street towards the Foundation of Arts, down to Oak, and then back up Main Street. And it's about a mile, and it is a walk. It is not a walk run. It's only a walk. And this event is brought to you through the Alzheimer's Association, which is a national, association, and this is a national event that's taking place in communities all over the country on the exact same day.
Oh, wow.
So we're really, proud to be involved with this, an amazing event that's happening all over the country.
All right. So again, if you would like to register, you can either register yourself or a team. I'm sure it'd be great to see teams come out.
Yes.
Go to, I just saw it. Okay, register today at alz.org/walk. So register yourself or a team. Show up. I see some people in the picture, they have purple shirts, but maybe if you want to design a special shirt.
Absolutely. Many people have done that. Now we're a little closer to the date to be, we're getting kind of close. So, you might need to get your shirts ordered pretty soon, if you want to get one made. But there's still time, actually. I think that if you put something together and you went to one of the local print shops, I think you would be able to get it in time for October 5th. But you might want to hurry. Purple is kind of the color associated with that.
Okay.
But there are, you could incorporate some of those other colors that you might see like in the Promise Garden.
Okay.
Would be a neat way to do it. And many teams have done that. They've created their own shirt.
So just go to the Walk to End Alzheimer's or the Alzheimer's Association website and look for that information, and just look around, see what the colors are, the causes, and hopefully you can get something together, get a team, or if you just go by yourself, go walk for someone you may know, or just show your support.
Absolutely. And I'd also like to add that the Skinny J's and Eleanor's Pizza, as well as BA Burrito, will be offering a walk day discount for the walkers. So if you have your shirt and your wristband, you can go and get a discounted lunch that day.
That would be totally awesome.
Right.
All right. So again, so many wonderful events happening. And let's again not forget, coming up September 27th, which is next week. Yes. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Cooper Alumni Center. This is the Life is a Journey Caregiver Conference, a roadmap to success. There are 2 different tracks. There will be a guest speaker, a keynote speaker, Jolene Brecky.
I think so.
And so please, this is all free, and you get 5.25 continuing education hours. So there's some information listed about your accreditation statement, credit designation statements. So you have to definitely read that information to see if whatever course you're in or whatever agency you work for, how those hours would apply to you. So doors open at 8 a.m., registration at 8:30, welcome at 8:50, and then the conference starts at 9. And there is free lunch also. So come on, people. If you are in the caregiving field, please go out to this event.
And this is also open for caregivers, even if you're caring for your parent.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe, the continuing education credits may not necessarily apply to you, but let's say that you're caring for your mom or your husband.
Okay.
This event is for you too. This information is for you too.
So everyone out there, at some point, you never know if you're going to be a caregiver. So this information would be very helpful for you. So again, if you're interested in employment, contact them. E4A online.com. You can go to their website, look for career opportunities, and apply. They're non-discriminatory. They don't discriminate against race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, or handicap. I was trying to say equal opportunity employer. Okay, it took the long way around to say that. And then the caregivers provide a multitude of services. And again, this doesn't state the age of the person eligible for services, but contact the agency and they'll let you know more about who's eligible for what program. So, are there any other? Is there any other information you would like to share that we didn't cover?
Yes, I am actually involved in the health education programming, that we do. And I actually cover 12 counties. Wow. And so it's kind of a big job. And so if anybody would like to contact me about, some of those exercise classes, you can call me at 870-930-2226.
All right. So contact Ms. Shannon Smithee for more information to get involved in some of those classes, and contact the agency if you would like to become a caregiver employee, or if you want to inquire about who's eligible for the services they provide. I can't thank you enough for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and so hope everyone out there took something away from this information. Hope they took something away.
I hope so too.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So we thank you, everyone out there, for listening, for watching. Please share this information with someone you may know. You never know who may need this at what stage in their life. And then if you know a veteran who needs some additional services, please reach out to them. You just never know. So we thank you so much. We go ahead and get Lagenzi. Is there any other? Can you go ahead and give us the phone numbers again?
Yes. Again, my phone number, if you would like to contact me about any of the health education classes, that's going to be 870-930-2226. If you would like to register for the Life is a Journey, you can call 870-207-7595. And then if you're just want our general phone number to get info on the services that you might be available to you, is 1-800-467-3278. That's 800-467-3278.
All right. Well, we thank you, Ms. Shannon Smithee, for joining us. And thank you, everyone, again, out there for listening and watching. We are your community radio station. We're here to provide information just like this. And so we hope to have you again and maybe share some highlights of the conference and share some other information.
I would love to. Thank you so much.
And if you know someone send us someone concerning the walk in Alzheimer's. We would love to have them want to talk more about this event as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Listen, today is All Gospel Wednesday. Don't forget to tune in at 11 a.m. with Brother Bernard Cobb. Everyone have a great and blessed day.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, the a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Broadcasting from the First National Bank Tower, this